Welcome to Cutting Corners. We're talking about getting more done in less time and avoiding the common mistakes that are usually made in the setup and execution of digital marketing efforts. Having an interesting conversation with Mike DeReamer, who's a residential and commercial agent in the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area. Mike has been in that position for about a year, and the conversation is interesting because now he's getting ready to lay the foundation and then execute on digital marketing and advertising strategies. Prior to prior to this, uh, Mike's had a great sales career in related industries, including windows and doors, as well as investment properties, including locating, analyzing, acquiring, and managing real estate investment properties. But for our purposes today, we're speaking about what we're doing going forward, which will be residential and commercial, talking about acquiring buyers and sellers and deploying a social media or digital marketing effort that's an efficient use of your dollar and is highly accountable.
Little background on me is I've been involved in sales ever since I got out of college, and probably worked for a window and door sales company for 8 years, only to have that company unfortunately fall apart. So I was forced to have a change in direction, try to find a way to reinvent myself. And always been interested in real estate, wanted to actually invest inside, but then decided to go into it full stream. And I am in central Pennsylvania. It's where I was born and raised. My sales territory was down in Virginia, but then I migrated back home to be closer to the company I was working for. And now I'm trying to sell real estate in that same market. And being from the area and knowing some of the real estate players in the area, I was definitely drawn towards what basically is a good sized brokerage, but definitely more like a family company. It's not one of the larger franchises, not one of the big chain type brokerages, but haven't really done a whole lot as far as marketing. Really all I've been doing is the phone calls, open houses, reaching out to people, via phone or having lunch with people that, letting them know that I was getting into real estate and I'm a real estate agent. And over the first year, it's been a kind of a slow go. I really focused a lot on my education, and I kind of wanted to explore what direction I was going to go with my career before I launched it and really put it out there. The other thing that is a part of my problem is when I was involved in sales, I had designated accounts that I called on. I didn't really have to worry about promoting myself. So this whole concept of having your own website and having your own Facebook presence that's business related and trying to, convert leads, draw in leads, it's all pretty foreign to me. I've never had to do it. So it's been a huge learning process.
95% of realtors are doing some sort of social media because it's a good low barrier to entry way to get exposure, and it can be fruitful. For most, it's not, but the effort they expend is still relatively minimal, that they just keep doing it and don't really object to the fact that it's completely worthless waste of their time.
Yeah.
So for people who execute, it's like you'll definitely get more likes and shares and retweets. And more likes and shares and retweets will get you more views, and more views will get you more likes and shares and retweets. And all of a sudden you've got more visibility and you've got more authority, like in Google. I don't know, there's just benefits to putting out worthwhile stuff, so to speak, about whatever you do.
Well, I mean, I know, like, I really have not been active at all with, my website's a work in progress. I'm not even sure if it's published. My Facebook page, obviously you saw it, but I didn't even know it was actually visible. So obviously I'm not doing anything.
It's visible, and I don't think there's any posts at all.
No, I haven't done anything.
Which makes it
either.
more difficult to get people to subscribe to stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I really want to start using these resources, but like I said, I see other agents that, like, I know and like, and I think they're good people, and they're trying to dabble in this world, and the stuff they put out just seems like a robot spitting stuff out. Like every week, once a week, you get the, hey, would you like to see what your home, is worth in the Harrisburg area? And it's like the exact same post over and over and over and over again. And I guess for visibility's sake, at least you're getting seen, but everybody knows that you're not really putting any kind of effort into it, and you're definitely not seeming authentic.
Well, I'll tell you what, those kinds of posts can be fine, but you really need to blanket them on both sides, like earlier in the day and later in the day, with just either entertaining or engaging, because you need 3 to 5 posts as a realtor. But there's a way to do the hashtags. There's a way to do the titles of your posts. There's a length that gets you either retweeted or completely shut down because it's too long for anybody to add their own comments. Like there's little tricks on either Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, those are my 4 favorite to just throw out as a general group to start with. That either kill your post or make it actually get the likes, the shares, the retweets that extend its life to a broader audience. Because what happens is if you get no engagement, your posts get essentially shut down. But if you drive engagement, your posts essentially get, accelerated.
See, and this is all foreign to me because, so I've got a sales background.
You need to maintain like 3 to 5 for your business page and your personal thing, and like you can share them. Like you post it on your business page, and then you repost it on your personal page and be like, yo, people, I'm dropping knowledge. Check this out. Or whatever you need to do.
I think I know what I'm talking about.
I'll make it even worse for you. Is ideally you'd have video in the mix too. But as long as you're doing stuff that's informative, 4 out of 5 times, it's okay for the 5th thing to be that same advertising crap because people expect it. They're not offended, especially if they see you making an earnest effort to provide value with most of your other communications, like, here's a 5-step guide to checking your credit that's free and won't ding you, or I don't even know what makes sense. Like, and it's the same thing from industry to industry. I don't care if you're selling widgets. If you dump value on them 4 times in a row and then try and sell them something, they're not going to get pissed off. Especially if you do any of the technical stuff correctly and target your audience properly so that you're really communicating information that they're interested in instead of, if I'm running ads about how to save hours a week as a real estate person doing social media effectively, and I'm targeting dentists, I'm going to get less likes and clicks and shit. I'm certainly going to sell less. So, you have to execute in that area too, sort of like the dotting your I's and crossing your T's of like picking an audience and stuff.
Or like I see a lot of kind of, half-baked posts of, just click this link so that I can help you sell your home. And like, that's it. And so it's like the same post over and over again. It's pretty obvious. And like, most people on social media these days are pretty savvy. Like they know it's just the information capture. Like they're just trying to get your info. And if you're only posting that kind of stuff and you're only posting it repetitively, like once a week, you're not really putting the effort into it. Like I don't want to be that guy.
But it's good. There's so many people doing it that there's got to be people who would see the value in doing it a little bit better so that they get mileage out of it. Because there's only going to be a few people who really get a return on all this effort if everybody's doing it. So you might as well figure out what works and what doesn't. So, it's kind of my whole thing. I'm not inventing anything. Like I'm just telling you what you need to know and giving you a way to get real quick to it so you're not spending freaking hours doing research on posts that are worthwhile.
Because when you throw away the effort and you just post something out there without putting thought or formatting into it, it hurts the visibility of the subsequent post, 3 hours later, that has some great hard-hitting business, either information or lead gen for your audience. And while there's a ton of people trying, the execution is generally not what it needs to be for any of those people to really excel. So if you can simply figure out what the little tricks are, like how many hashtags and how long the post should be, and does an image get you more views and shares, and a couple other goodies, that makes all the difference in the world. Next, we're going to talk about establishing Mike's web presence and SEO foothold, and then we'll get to more detailed marketing and advertising strategies in subsequent videos. You can find more cool stuff at findclickcall.com.